ኢሜል ኢንቪቴሽን አልደረሰህም ነበር አማራ? ኤኒዌይስ መገኘት ብትችሉና እንዲህ አይነት ኢቨንቶች ጥሩነታቸው ጀስት ኔትወርክ የሚያሰፋሉ። በዛውም ልክ ደግሞ እናንተ እንትን የማትሉትንም ሌላ ሰው የምታወሩት ሰው ታገኛላችሁ። ቨርቹዋል ሲሆን የማታገኙትን አድቫንቴጅ በዚህኛው ታገኛላችሁ እና that's good opportunity። ሶ ኔክስት እናዘጋጃለን። ስለዚህ ስናዘጋጅ በዛ ተገኙ። ማይ ላስት ሴይ ነው ዝግጅቱን በተመለከተ። ከዛ ውጪ good we have gone so far። አሁን ስንተኛ ዊካችን ነው? 5ኛ ዊክ ላይ ደርሰናል። ኦልሞስት አንድ ወር ከ15 ቀን መጥቷል። ስለዚህ I know it's been challenging and still it's challenging for you to commit and submit to keep engaged። ግን በተቻለ አቅም ያው መማር አድቫንቴጁ ምንድነው? ትምህርት ስንል በማይመች አይነት ሁኔታ ውስጥም የተወሰነ እውቀት ለራሳችን እየጨመረን መሄድ ስለሆነ ነገ አትሊስት መመንዘር የምንችለው ኤኒዌር ኤልስ አፕላይ ብናደርገው ሊጠቅመን የሚችል ስኪል ለሚሆነው። ስለዚህ ቤተር ቱ ሃቭ ኢት እና በተቻለ መጠን ቻሌንጅ ቢያደርግም ቢያስቸግርም ምናምንም ኮሚት ለማድረግ መሞከር ነው። ሌላ ፕላስ ሌላ ኢሹም ሊኖር ይችላል። ለምሳሌ ፓስት ዊክ ኢንኮምፕሊት ዴታ ገብቶ ይሆናል ኦር ኢንኮምፕሊት ስራ ገብቶ ይሆናል። ለምሳሌ ሳትጨርሱ ዴድላይን ስለደረሰ ብቻ አስገብታችኋል። ግን አንላይክ እንደ በፊቱ ትምህርት ሲባል እንደምናውቀው ወይ ፓስ ወይ ፌል የለውም። ያ ማለት ምን ማለት ነው? እናንተ ከዛሬ ነገ እንድትማሩበት ነው እንጂ ኦር ትላንትና የነበራችሁ ላይ ዛሬ አንድ ነገር እንድትጨምሩበት ነው እንጂ ሙሉ ለሙሉ ዛሬ ኮምፕሊት የሆነ ወርክ ታቀርባላችሁ የሚል አሰምሽን የለም። ስለዚህ በተቻለ መጠን ፎከስ መደረግ ያለበት ላስት ዊክ የያዝነውን ይዘን በዚህ ዊክ ምን አዲስ ነገር እንጨምራለን ቢሆን አሪፍ ነው። ስለዚህ በዛ ወይ ብታዩት ያለውን ነገር መጨረሻ ላይ ፕሮግረሳችሁን አሁን ዊክ 1 ከነበረው ዛሬ ያለውን ስታዩት እንዴት ነው? ዲፍረንስ አለው ይመስለኛል። እና እኔ እንኳን ኮዶቹን ከማያቸው በጣም የተለያየ ዲፍረንስ ነው ያለው። አንዳንዱ በጣም መጥቷል፣ አንዳንዱ ደግሞ ስቲል እየመጣ ነው ምናምን እና that's what you call it experience በስራ የሚገኝ። ስለዚህ ስራ ሲሆን ሁልጊዜም ላያልቅ ይችላል፣ ግን ባያልቅ መግባት ስላለበት ይገባል። ኔክስት ታይም ደግሞ ከዛ በተሻለ መልኩ ተደርጎ ይሰራል ኔክስቱን ፕሮጀክት እንጂ እዛው ላይ ጊዜ ፈይታችሁ እሱን አጥፋታችሁ ለመስራት ኔክስቶቹ እያመለጡ ስለሚሆን እንደዛ እያደረግን ብንሄድ አሪፍ ይመስለኛል። just suggestion ነው ይሄኛው። so week 5 challenge about week 5 let me start with it and it will be as usual 1 week and the main idea behind this week 5 is to be a machine learning engineer or AI engineer for Etiomart. So Etiomart is a Ethiopian market company and they want to become a primary Telegram-based e-commerce hub, and they want to see activities or e-commerce channels that have this kind of activities to be collected into one hub. Then the hub will be act as a broker to connect the buyer and the seller. So for you, rather than going here and there, I want to buy a flower, so I want to check X flower company, Y flower company, Z flower company. I have to go or I have to check their Telegram channels. But rather than that, if I get a certain place which I can get from X provider, Y provider, and Z provider, the information about the items that I want, better for me to compare and contrast what is there. Like think of Amazon, they have multiple warehouse, but they are working online. So that means in Ethiopia here currently there are many Telegram channels that provides this that promotes their online business. So for me, rather than going and checking each of the Telegram channels, better to have one place than to get discount or to get quality advantage. So Ethiomat will like to solve this challenge for Ethiopian e-commerce ecosystem. So based on that, currently we will plan to have a single centralized platform that can consolidate the real-time data from the e-commerce Telegram channels into the unified channels. And by doing this, you will have provide a seamless experience for the customers to interact, to explore, and to have multiple vendors in one place. So in this project, what you are going to do will be you will use LLMs for Amharic. That means named entity recognition mainly works with this one. And what does it mean? That, like by saying this named entity recognition, why is that important for us for this task? I can explain more on this. And since let me start from the posts on that the Telegram channel owners that they post. The post will have either a photo or a video plus a description about the product. So how are you going to separate those things? Why are those necessary? For you to see each and every component of the ad will be helpful for the buyer to buy or where they should have to invest. That means I have to see the price, I have to see the item description, and I have to see the photo also how it looks like, because this is online. I should have to know how it works first before going to order. I have to see the product. So that in that sense, we have to have a named entity recognizer that will check all this information, have the information about the price, have the information about the description itself. What does that mean? For maybe some kind, the descriptions may not be consistent enough. Some have price tags, some have you need to click, some have multiple things can be posted according to the the one who posts preference. So as you are the one who is responsible to manage and integrate all these things, and that means you need to identify what is its named entity. For example, named entity by itself is will help you on this project in the process of identifying and categorizing the specific piece of information. That means specific entities from the Hamaric message. That means the goal is to extract the relevant entities that provide useful business information. So your centralized platform will want at least a standardized all-in-one representation of the information that are presented according in many channels should have to be unified and standardized into one platform. This will allow you to understand how the data is complex throughout the channels and how you can extract these entities should have to be your experience to see how the data type, the product name, or the product description, and the materials, or what you can say, the location. Let's say some of some will attach their location for pickup, some have delivery, so some have money by like price value. How can you translate this into your data warehouse? And why this named entity recognition or extracting entities from the text is necessary, because it will help you to structure your data or to standardize your data, and better to have this improving the search result. That means if I search the price less than 200, I should have to get this product that have less than 200. Simple database will give you, but still you need to know my price, or maybe the product that I want and the price that I want in the range. In that range, you have to fetch not the exact match, but at least more similar things. So that will improve your search and also give these business insights for you, for Etiomart, to analyze trends, and if Etiomart in the future becomes the vendors or becomes rather than the software vendor, if they want to become a vendor or a manufacturer, they can use these trends to analyze patterns, who are the most popular product and where that come from, and if we're going to manufacture this, how we can be advantageous from that. They will get this insight because it is centralized. They can get more information about it. And from the customer side, this named entity recognition will help them to reduce the manual work that they have to go and search engine every channels, rather than having Idiomart as a central hub. So this will be the main idea behind this project. And if we came to for specifically what's this named entity do, how can we implement this named entity? There are many pre-trained named entity recognition models out there for Amharic. So what you're going to do is basically to fine-tune them. That means fine-tuning means there is an existing model that have its own way, its own information to result these named entities from a given text, but you need to improve them according to what you have. That is called, at least we have a few shot or zero shot learning. When we deal with this machine learning model, the principle is if you have more data, you will get more accurate data. If your data is not trained on what the domain that you want, you are going to fine tune that. That means fine-tuning is improving the existing model with the intent that you want to have. So in this sense, named entity for Amharic plus for business or e-commerce context. So you have to collect e-commerce data, like searching from, extracting from the Telegram channels that will post this information and labeling them. And after labeling, you can fine tune the existing models and to get the results. So that's it. So the key objective, as I have said earlier, the real-time data extraction from Telegram channel, fine-tuning LLM, extracting entities like product name, price, location, and these are the possible entities that are stated in this project. And from a data perspective, for this week, we don't have any data that we will gonna give you, but what we want you from is to collect message data from Ethiopian-based e-commerce Telegram channels. So basically, we have list out a list of channels, and you can collect that data or extract that data and label based on this example. So these are the examples that we are giving you. Like the labeling will be in this sense. For this one specifically, we have the sentence chunked into this kind of tokens, and it's labeled as P product, type product, the beginning of product, the intermediate of product, and others are denoted like O. So we'll have a common annotation mechanism for this one later on the challenge, but this is the initial thing that you can see. You must have to crawl and show this for information from these channels. So these are some of the Telegram channels that are extractable within the Python script. So you can use this and extract the data. Based on that, you can start the labeling process. And what type of data are you going to extract? The text description or the product description and metadata of the product, and the product. If there is available photo will be the other thing. So what type of knowledge and skill are you going to gain after doing this project? You will learn the text processing, which is how can you handle Amharic text, the Amharic text tokenization, pre-processing, and how will you approach them. These are the things that you need to do with to have knowledge and skills about them, and also the LLM fine tuning, how you can fine tune LLMs, and challenge with related to LLM fine tuning, and also model comparison and selection, plus model interpretability. So the basic learning outcome of this project will be like working with pipeline, entity extraction for Amharic Telegram message, plus performing analysis of different models and their interpretability, and gaining insight on how to extract entities, and that can be used for business intelligence. So the competencies are as usual, and the key dates are, as you know, we have a challenge document, then Friday will be the interim submission, and next Tuesday will be the final submission. So the task is divided into 4 tasks. That means the main task is the first one is data ingestion and data pre-processing, where you collect the data. And the next is label the Amharic data set for memory entity recognition and fine-tuning the existing model and model conversion. So when we come to the task 1 specifically, as I have told you earlier, you have to set up a data ingestion pipeline or system that can extract Ethiopian Telegram-based e-commerce data from the channels, from the e-commerce channels. Then for that, what you are going to do is like identify and connect to the right Telegram channel, then implement the message ingestion system to collect text and image. In this sense, you have 2 different lines. And also pre-process the text data by tokenizing, normalizing, handling Amharic specific linguistic features, then cleaning the data. After that, you will have the standardized data and separate the metadata and the vendor also. Characterize the vendor. Then on the second task, you will have the labeling task, that the one that will take more time. And since when we say labeling, it will gonna take more time because you have to label, then you have to verify, you have to validate it. So here is we are going to use the calling format. Uh, while labeling, as I have said earlier, I have showed you calling formats are there. This is the standard named entity recognition labeling mechanism because it's acceptable in all language, and it can be applicable for all language that we are going to use. So Colleen will help us, the co-reference will help us to identify this named entity recognition with the co-reference for natural language learning. So we have multiple data that are trained with this calling format for Amharic also, but I think I have included one here. Yeah, this is the so this is the calling format. It's universally acceptable and much more of easy to understand and human readable format, and simple to edit if you want to modify it. And it is also compatible with many tools like Spicy or Hugging Face or NLTK. If you use with that, they are compatible with that, as well as if you are going to evaluate this model, you can use like the existing this recall or F1 score or precision mechanisms to evaluate this matrix. And so this is it. Like they have this small data set, but it's more of news data set. That's why we want you to label it first. And so for the data labeling, we here is the entity types. We have defined this beginning of the product, intermediate of the product, and which is the inside of the product entity. Like every beginning of the product can be the baby bottle, and the inside is the word bottle. And the location identifier word like Addis Ababa, Bole, or something else. And intermediate location maybe Addis Ababa, you can have Ababa, or even Addis Ababa Bole can be the intermediate word, can be the Bole. So you can label based on that. You can use a role-based labeling mechanism for this one. And the next thing is the price one. So for the pricing, we have this B price and I price. The same is true for the others, or others that are outside this labels can be labeled as others. And from each channel, you need to label at least 30 to 50 messages. That means cumulative you will have but 150 for this challenge, a labeled message for this challenge. At the end of the challenge, in the middle of the challenge after the engine submission, you can also exchange this message to enhance your model capability, because machine learning models needs data, so your 150 data is small, so you can exchange or you can collaborate with others in this training and to get the data of what they have labeled, and you can incorporate all those and start the fine tuning. That means the fine tuning will be the next step. So why you need to fine tune? Because we need to have e-commerce specialized named entity model. And for that, you can, I would suggest for you to use Google Colab or any other virtual cloud environments. If there is any question, you can unmute. Question? Okay. So if there is anything which is not clear, please stop me and ask. I will explain more on what you have confusion. So the next step is the fine tuning step. Why we need this fine tuning? Because we want to have an identity recognition model that specifically knows the Ethiopian e-commerce. So it should have to know what does mean price. It should have to know what does mean product name, what does mean this product description, and something like that. Rather than sometimes a word can be a product name, sometimes a phrase can be a product name. So you should have to identify this and assign this is the product name. Later, when you come back and attach a new channel, it should have to say this is the product, this is the price tag, this is the description, this is something, or this is other than that. So in order to have our own trained e-commerce related named entity recognition, we will going to fine tune that one. We have so many models that are here listed for Amharic, but you can use any of them, or you can use any model that you know from Hugging Face to customize based on what we need. And this can be maybe resource intensive. For that, you can use the Tiny or Afro XML. Somehow they are small, and I would recommend for this one to use either Google Colab or Kaggle environment. And for that, still they have limited GPU access. So in order to utilize this GPU, please first do whatever you have to do and test the in between, like from the cleaning to model training by using a simple, not complex fine-tuning mechanism. That means reducing the header layer or increasing the number of patch by taking simple. Even if the result is not good, use your CPU to taste first. Then you can go for the GPUs once everything is set up, and then you can have a GPUs because they are limited. They will require efficient execution of what you want. So in order to get that, use CPUs or the one that you have on the computer, or if it's on Google Colab or on Kaggle, use the CPUs first to know whether your code is running properly. Like sometimes it can happen, like you can wait until hours of training, then it says error. So not to see things like that, please use your CPUs first and your GPU next. For if everything is fine, just training with the GPUs will be much more good in terms of time, also resource, so you can move to the GPUs. So this is the third task, and the next task will be model comparison. If you have trained multiple models, then you will go for comparing them. What did you get by using this Distilbert or XML, but Tiny or MBERT? So basically, you will have multiple models and reference for you to compare based on what you have selected and why you have selected that one. So you can have multiple models here, and you can use that one as an asset. Then the next thing is the last task will be after training the model, evaluating it. So you need to check for your model interpretability and explainability. That means your model should have to explain how the this named entity model is identify its entity to ensure this transparency and trust on the system, because sometimes you can train systems, but if you didn't take this interpretability, they may result unexpected result, or the result that you don't want to see. So in order to avoid that, please use have a clear understanding about how you use this shape or line to explain your models. So the next is tutorials. So as usual, we will are going to have tutorials in this, and the first will be the challenge introduction. Then the next will be overview of these LLMs. How can you use tokenize word embeddings for the NERD data labeling will be on Thursday. Then we will have how do you fine tune these different pre-trained LLMs, and model conversion and interpretability will be the last on this one. And if you have any questions needs to be answered, so we will have a Q&A session on this one this week. So as usual, we will have the interim and the final submission. If you have any question, then things which are not clear, please raise it now and we can answer it. Is that clear? Like at least what's the business needs and how are you going to tackle that? So you have a clear idea what you are going to do right after the session? Okay.
እንዴት ናችሁ?
ጤና እንዴት ዋልክ?
እግዚአብሔር ይመስገን። ያው እንግዲህ ቻሌንጅን ዶክመንቱንም ስላላየ ነው በደንብ ስላላየ ነው አይተን ያው ያለውን ነገር ስላክሌም እንጠይቅ አሪፍ ነው ብዬ አስባለሁ።
አዎ ዩዥዋሊ እንደዛ ነው የሚሆነው። ግን ምንድነው ዲስክሪስ አይደለም ግልጽ ነው ሲባል አትሊስት ኦቨርኦል ያለው ኮንሰፕቱ ሪል ቢዝነስ ኒድ ግልጽ ነው ወይ፣ ምን መስራት እንዳለባችሁ ሲወራ ከምትሰማው ግራስፕ ያደረጋችሁት ነገር ምንድነው ነው። እሱ ግልጽ ነው ቻሌንጅ ዶክመንቱ ሲነበብ። ፕላስ ደግሞ መስራት ሲጀምር ነው ብዙ ጥያቄዎች የሚኖሩት።
ያልከው ነገር ግልጽ ነው በኔ በኩል ማለት ነው።
እሺ እሺ ኤኒ ሀሳብ ሌላ አለ? ኤግዛምፕሎች አታች ተደርገዋል። how you are going to label ምን ሌብል ማድረግ አለባችሁ ሌብል ስታደርጉት ነው የሚሆነው። ፈርዘር ቱቶሪያሎችም ይኖራሉ። ግን አልቲሜትሊ ጎሉ ምንድነው? ይሄ እዚህም እዛም ያሉ ቴሌግራም ቻናሎች አሉ። ስለዚህ እነሱን ቻናሎች እያንዳንዱ ላይ ሄደን ዋጋ ኮምፔር ከማድረግ እንደ ከስተመር ቤተር ቱ ሃቭ አንድ ሴንትራል የሆነ ሲስተም ኤንድ ሁሉም ፖስት ሲያደርጉ ወደዛ ሲስተም ፊድ እንዲያደርግና ያ ሲስተም ለሁሉም ሰዎች በተለያየ ቬንደር ለዛ ፕሮዳክት ምን አይነት ፕራይስ ቀርቧል፣ ምን አይነት ኳሊቲ ቀርቧል። ለምሳሌ sometimes the same እቃ will be listed በተለያየ ፕራይስ። አንዳንዴ ደግሞ እቃው ተመሳሳይ ይሆንና ግን ደግሞ based on ሎኬሽን ዋጋቸው ሊለያይ ይችላል። ስለዚህ ያንን አድቫንቴጅ ለከስተመሩ ለመስጠት ወይም ከስተመር ያንን አድቫንቴጅ እንዲያገኝ ለማድረግ እኛ ምንድነው ማድረግ ያለብን? የኢትዮ ማሽን ለርኒንግ ኢንጂነር ያለውን ዴታ ሰብስበን አንድ ላይ ኮንሶሊዴት ተደርጎ ስታንዳርዳይዝ ተደርጎ ወደ ዴታቤዝ ከስተን ያለውን አንድ ላይ እንዲያይ አንደኛ። ሁለተኛ ነገር ደግሞ ሌላ አዲስ ሲመጣ ሁሌም ወደ አይደረግም። ስለዚህ ኮንሲስተንት የሆነ ፓይፕላይን ፈጥረን ከዛ ፖስት ሲደረግ እዚህ ዋናው ሴንትራል ሀቡ ላይ ሪፍሌክት እንዲደረግ ማስቻል ነው። ያንን እናስችልበትን ሲስተም ለኢትዮ ማርት ፕሮቫይድ ማድረግ ነው። ኦቨርኦል ሀሳቡ ይሄ ነው። ፈርዘር ደግሞ you can elaborate more or you can read up on more and if you have any question መጠየቅ ይቻላል። እሺ አጋ ሚት አድርገህ ማለት
ይሰማል አሁን?
አዎ
ሰላም ነው።
ሰላም እንዴት ነው?
ቢዝነስ ኒዱ ላይ ምመስለኝ የተለያየ ቴሌግራም ቻናል ላይ ፖስት የሚደረጉ ወይም ያሉ ፕሮዳክቶቹን አንድ ላይ ሰብስቦ ለከስተመር የሚያቀርብ ፕላትፎርም ነገር ነው ምን ሰራ?
አዎ ለዛ አይነት ፕላትፎርም ነው። ግን ለዛም ይሁን መጀመሪያ ፓይፕላይኑ መሰራት አለበት። ለምሳሌ አንድ ላይ ማቅረብ ማለት አንድ ዌብሳይት ኦር አንድ ሌላ ዩኒፋይድ ቻናል ክሬት ብታደርግ ያልቃል። ግን እሱ አይደለም የሚፈልገው። ያ ማለት ኮንቲኒየስ የሆነ ሁሌም ስትሪም የሚያደርግ ነገር እንዲኖር ይፈልጋል። ለምሳሌ ዛሬ አሁን የሆነው ቴሌግራም ቻናል ላይ ፖስት የተደረጉትን ፕሮዳክቶች ወሰድክ። ግን ኢኮሜርስ በባህሪው በጣም ተለዋዋጭ ነው። ለምሳሌ ዛሬ ፖስት የተደረገው ፕራይስ እና ነገ ፖስት የሚደረገው ፕራይስ አንድ ላይ ሆን ይችላል። ዛሬ ያለህ ፕሮዳክት እና ነገ ያለህ ፕሮዳክትም እንደዛ ተሽጦም ሊሆን ይችላል። ስለዚህ እነኚህን ሁሉ ነገር ማወቅ መቻል አለበት ያንተ የምትሰራው ሲስተም። እሱን ስትሪም ላይን ማድረግ ነው ኤንድ ቱ ኤንድ። ያ ማለት አንድ ፕላትፎርም አለ፣ ሌላ ቴሌግራም ቻናል አለ፣ ፐብሊክ ቴሌግራም ቻናል ማንም ሰው የማንንም ቬንደር የሚያይበት። ስለዚህ ሁሌም ከዛኛው ላይ ፖስት ሲደረግ እዚህም ፖስት መደረግ አለበት። ሲሸጥ ደግሞ it should have to cancel ያለው። ስለዚህ እሱ ጋር ከመድረሳችን በፊት ባክኤንድ ፕሮሰሱ ምን ይመስላል ስንል የመጀመሪያው ከዛኛው ቴሌግራም ቻናል ወደዚህኛው ቴሌግራም ቻናል ዳታውን ትራንስፖርት ማድረግ ነው። እሱን ትራንስፖርት ለማድረግ እኔ ስጽፍ ለምሳሌ እኔ ሻጭ ኮንኩ እኔ ስጽፍ እና አንተ ሻጭ ሆነህ አንተ ስትጽፍ የፕሮዳክት ዲስክሪፕሽን አንድ አይነት አይደለም። ስለዚህ እሱ ስታንዳርዳይዝ መደረግ አለበት። ዴታ መጀመሪያ ክሊን መሆን አለበት፣ ስታንዳርድ ፎርማት መያዝ አለበት። እሱን እንዴት እናስይዘው? ኔምድ ኢንቲቲ ሪኮግኒሽን እንጠቀም። ያንን ኔምድ ኢንቲቲ ሪኮግኒሽን ለምንድን ነው የምንጠቀመው? ለምሳሌ አሁን የፕሮዳክቱን ዲስክሪፕሽን ለማወቅ እዚህ ጋር የተጻፈውን ብላ ሩል ቤዝድ ከምታደርገው ኔምድ ኢንቲቲን ተጠቅመህ ከተሰጠው ዲስክሪፕሽን ላይ የትኛው ነው የፕሮዳክቱ ኔም፣ የትኛው ነው የፕሮዳክቱ ዋጋ፣ የትኛው ነው የፕሮዳክቱ ዲቴይል ስፔሲፊኬሽን የሚለውን ለብቻ ታወጣለህ። እሱን አወጣህ ማለት ከሁሉም ቻናሎች ላይ እንደዛ ማውጣት ትችላለህ ኢዚሊ ማለት ነው ዊዛውት ያንተን እንትን። ስለዚህ አንተ ጋር ሲመጣ እንትን ከሆነ ይሄኛው የፕሮዳክቱ ፕራይስ ይሄ ነው፣ የፕሮዳክቱ እንትን ይሄ ነው፣ የፕሮዳክቱ ዲስክሪፕሽን ይሄ ነው፣ ፕሮዳክት ኔም ይሄ ነው ያልክ ኢዚሊ አንተ ዴታውን ማሳየት ትችላለህ ማለት ነው። ያ ትራንስፖርቴሽን እና ፕሮሰሲንጉን መሀል ላይ ያለውን ፕሮሰስ እንስራው የዚህ ስፔሲፊክ አላማ። ምክንያቱም ዴታ በቃ በተለያየ ሰው በተለይ ሲጻፍ ወይም አውት ኦፍ አንደር ኮንትሮል ካለ ኢንኮምፕሊት ነው፣ በጣም ደርቲ ነው የሚሆነው። ስለዚህ እሱን ማስተካከያ ስታንዳርዳይዝ ማድረጊያ ፎርማት ወይም ፈልግ ነው። ለአማርኛ አሁን ለእንግሊዝኛ በዚህኛው ሴንስ ብንመጣ we don't have to train entity recognition ምክንያቱም already there are so many entity recognition models እነሱን መጠቀም ይቻላል። ለአማርኛ ስፔሲፊካሊ ሲሆን ግን የሉ ኦር ኤኒ ሎካል ላንጉዌጅ የሉ። ስለዚህ ለነሱ ደግሞ አት ዘ ሴም ታይም ይሄ ነገር እንደሚያስፈልግና ፕላስ እንሰራው ጥሩ እንደሆነ ለኛም እንትን ማሳያ ነው። ምን መሰራት ይችላል ለሚለው ግልጽ ነው። ሌላ ጥያቄ ይሽላል።
ስለዚህ አሁን የዊክ ፋይቭ ቻሌንጅ ዋናው እንትኑ አሁን ያልሽው ነው ማለት ነው።
ዋናው ቻሌንጁ ላይ የሚጻፈው what I have talked እስካሁን።
ኦኬ
ሌላ ጥያቄ ያለው አለ? ጥያቄ ከሌለ ሌትስ ራፕ አፕ እዚህ ጋር እናደርገውና ክሊር ያልሆነ ነገር ክሊር መደረግ የሚችል ነገር ከሆነ ቴሌማ ነው እንትን ላይ መጻፍ ትችላላችሁ። ስላክ ላይ ጌምም ቻናሎቹም ላይ ማድረግ ይቻላል። ሰፖርቲቭ የሆኑ ትሬኒንጎች ይኖራሉ፣ ቱቶሪያል ሴሽኖች፣ እነሱን ቪው ማድረግ ነው። ስለዚህ ስለገባችሁ ከልብ እናመሰግናለን። አይ ቲንክ this is enough for us. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. አልማስ እንደዛ ነው ማለት ዛሬ ክሊር አይሆንም፣ ነገሮች ቀላል አይሆንም ዳብሊው ስለማድረግ ምክንያቱም መልቲፕል ነገር ነው የተወራው፣ ብዙ ነገር አዲስ ነው። ስለዚህ በዛ ስለዚህ ቻሌንጆቹን እያያችሁ ደግሞ ፈርዘር እንትን ይላል ክሊር ይሆናል ብዬ አስባለሁ። Thank you. Bye.